All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Has Been Hangout podcast. I'm your host, Trucker Lee, and joined by Colton again this week. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend and just stuff going on around sports. Lots of big news. Big signing today. Aaron Rodgers returns to the Steelers on a one-year deal. We're gonna discuss that. Um, discuss, just kind of what's gonna happen with Aaron Rodgers and is this gonna be it? So we're gonna get into that a little bit later. Got some baseball news I just want to talk about for a minute. But yeah, let's get into it. So, um, Yankees dropped the Subway Series. This was rivalry weekend, weekend, weekend. Um, they dropped the Subway Series to the Mets. Not a good look. Yankees aren't playing great baseball right now. And they called up Anthony Volpe, which, if you watch the solo show I did, I talked about how that was not a good idea. I don't think it's a great idea. I think it was a bad move for the Yankees to call him up, especially after they had just optioned him to AAA. Um, I think there are some guys in that position a little bit more deserving than Anthony Volpe, George Lombard being one of them. I think it was just and I said in that show as well, like, God forbid Jose Caballero gets hurt. He did. And I think it was a panic move more than a smart move. They brought him up, makes an error, still not fielding well, still not hitting well. I don't like this move for the Yankees. Um, and injuries are just plaguing them right now, and they're not playing good ball. And it's almost June, and if you're a Yankees fan, you know what that means. You got the June swoon coming in, and they're already playing bad, so it's not really looking great. They keep dropping in the standings. Well, they're dropping. They're 3 games back. They're not completely out of it. I mean, they're still in second place, but it's just they're not playing good baseball right now. It just looks different. They got some guys in. Spencer Jones, I'm really excited about, but we'll see how that continues to play out for the Yankees. I just don't think it's a good move. They're gonna have to figure it out. Maybe this year June is the month they turn it around. Um, Hopefully, we'll see. But um, yeah, the Rays have a 3-game lead over the Yankees right now. Um, After the Yankees, you got the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Red Sox. I'm not really worried about these teams right now. They're not playing good baseball either. Um, the AL West is looking like a complete dumpster fire. The Athletics are leading it, and they're sitting at 500 at 23-23. Still, in my opinion, uh, the NL Central is looking like the best division in baseball. Um, and the Dodgers finally turned around. They got a game lead over the Padres right now. But just nothing really cooking as far as the as far as baseball goes right now. The Phillies, there's some exciting news there finally. Kyle Schwarber is on a record pace right now for home runs. Um, he is on pace to hit 72 this year, which is a crazy, crazy stat. And he's doing it steroid free. So, that's insane. We haven't seen the likes of that since Barry Bonds did it when he hit 73. And so we'll see how that continues to play out. That's we need a home run tracker. And we're gonna continue to track Kyle Schwarber and see if he can keep pace. If he jumps pace, we'll see how it kind of goes. I would like to see someone hit more than 60 this year again. Um, Maybe he can get into the 70 range. That would be absolutely insane. But with that, we'll go ahead and move into Aaron Rodgers. Um, Colton, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers coming back for a year to the Steelers?
And I'm interested to see what the long-term implications are going to be of that. Like Aaron Rodgers is pulling you hear Aaron Rodgers, you hear Brett Favre, you think you're talking kind of about the same person. They should have retired. They didn't. They want to play out their glory days, but the problem is, all their glory days behind them. Sorry, one second. I'm having a little bit of issue with my computer. I'm trying to get it fixed real quick. There we go. But yeah, I'm excited to see, especially with the addition of their draft, the addition of having another year with DK Metcalf, adding, a decent offensive lineman. I'm interested to see how all of this transpires. I think this is it. I think there's no more A Rod next year. This is the final sunset. So
I agree with that. I kind of when I saw that news today, I was kind of
yeah,
like, this could be a right off into the sunset moment for Aaron Rodgers to see what he can do. But I think maybe this is going to be more of a it's more of a mentor role that he's going to play this year. I feel like because you just drafted Drew Aller and you got Will Howard who's already set a year behind him. So I think more than likely we're going to see Will Howard get ready to take that starting role. I could be wrong. We'll see how it kind of
I've,
plays.
I've been a very open proponent of him not being the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready. I think I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't
I
like Drew
mean,
Aller at all.
options are kind of limited though at this point. That's who they got.
Yeah.
I think I I mean, like I said, Will Howard's already set a year behind Aaron Rodgers. He's going to get to sit another year behind Aaron Rodgers. Um, I think come next season or next year, um, we're going to see probably Will Howard unless something drastically changes. But I'm not just a huge fan of Drew Aller either. So
I'm not a huge fan of him either. I think they already wanted uh before John Mateer got hurt.
mhm,
Um, they were already had him on their board. I think that is going to be something to look at um,
yeah.
for next year. So
Well, I mean, do you think they draft another quarterback next year? You think
I
they
think
would?
so.
You think they would take John Mateer?
I think I think every team wants the best quarterback available, whether or not they have a plethora of them or not, i.e., the Browns. Um,
Yeah.
so with that being said, I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I I agree. I mean, I understand it. You want to try to put yourself in the best, position possible day one. Um, but that would be an interesting move, I think, if they drafted John Mateer and you
Like I
already
said, they
have.
already wanted him. They wanted him, but
Yeah, I know, but obviously with the injury and everything, and Mateer has to come out this year and play. He
yeah,
does. He has to come out this year and play. Um, so we'll kind of see how that goes. Um, but I mean, going back to Rodgers, like his stats last year weren't just crazy; they weren't terrible. I
right.
mean, especially for a guy who was 41, 42.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, another winning season. I mean,
yeah,
typical
you know,
Steelers fashion, but this is also under a new head coach. I think this is opportunity. I think this is it, though. This is, I would be
well,
very, 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 very
it's
surprised
it's a
if
reunion.
that's right.
It's a reunion. Mike
It is.
McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. So that I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
That might be really interesting.
Yep.
That might be
So
really
I'm
really
interested to see
interesting.
how it works. I'm interested to see. Oh, man, I'm excited about the Raiders this year. I've said it once. I've said it again. Um, I'm excited.
I am
I'm
too.
excited. I'm
But
excited about it.
I guess I mean I've said it, and I said it in the last show. I just hope too many people don't put too much expectation um on them. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. I want Mendoza to do well.
Mhm.
Um, but he is a rookie. Let's not forget that
Yeah.
he is a rookie. But
But he's
like
also a
you
rookie
like
with
you
the most.
right, like you said, you got Tom Brady. You can learn a lot. There's a lot to go, and I mean, he has a positive trajectory. That's for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. Um, I think that's going to be a great fit for the Raiders. Uh, Now, will he start day one?
Maybe
Because
if it OTAs everything like that. I
you
think
got,
no. I think no. Only
I think
because
no.
let them sit for a week and then get everybody some game time. You're gonna have. I think no. I don't think he starts week one. I think Kirk Cousins comes in, plays well. You hand him the reins week 3, week 4, and then take it
Mhm.
from there. That's my opinion. Of
Yeah.
course, that's if Kirk Cousins doesn't get hurt, if he doesn't just absolutely drop the ball as far as play goes, so on and so forth. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Um, I just I wasn't too excited Cousins going to the Raiders. I don't think that's going to be just a great fit, but someone to get, you know, Mendoza up and running, a good guy to kind of mentor him. And honestly, with everything going on around the Raiders organization and the issues that they've had,
oh yeah,
what better guy to bring in than Kirk Cousins, who's just an absolute stand-up guy.
100%.
Um, I will never say anything bad about Cousins' character. I think he's a great guy. I just don't think he's a great quarterback. But that's just me. Um, and he's a heck of a businessman. So, um, but that's just me. I'm not gonna sit here and bash his character because I think he's a great guy. He does a lot of good for the league. He does a lot of good for players around him. He's a great team guy, great leader. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I do agree with what you said. I think Cousins maybe start week 1, maybe even week 2, and then kind of just hand the ball to Mendoza and say go. Because Kirk also he's getting to the end as well.
Oh yeah,
He's
oh yeah.
I
But
mean
like I said, he can still be that guy for a while. He can be that filler for a while.
yeah, for
So,
sure, for
but
sure.
let's talk about the NFL going international, man. They got 9 games this year. Um, Same places as last year. You get your Ireland game, you get your London game, you get your Germany game. They're also adding Melbourne, they're adding Paris, and they're adding Rio. So I'm excited to see
Melbourne
that. Yep,
going to the land down under.
that's what it says.
Nice,
That is what it says. Um,
nice.
Another thing is the Rams are the team as far as primetime slates. They've got the most primetime games. And the Bears go from one of the easiest schedules in the NFL to one of the tougher schedules in the NFL. So we'll see how that affects their record, their wins, their losses, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
And then opening the season opener is Super Bowl rematch between Seahawks and New England.
Interesting.
So yep,
I mean, it'd be a good game. It wasn't a terrible Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Super
Um,
Bowl.
Super Bowl. Um, I mean, it was a decent game, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how that kind of translates into week 1 matchup. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but like we've kind of discussed, I don't really think either one of those teams have a shot this year at repeating. Maybe a wild card, but I think that's about as far as they go. I like the Patriots, even though they made the Super Bowl last year, dude, they just didn't impress me. You know,
Yeah, I'm with you.
uh,
I'm with you. I don't. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be a rough repeat. Um, Wild card in stuff like that. Yeah, I'm game.
yeah, I could see that. I just don't see them going too far. Yeah, I can't get behind that. Sorry for all you Seahawks and Patriots fans. I don't see it happening. There's a lot of teams coming out of the gates that are going to be really strong, really tough. Um, and obviously with the strength of schedule, changes that might be interesting. The Bears are going to get tested, like you said, so we'll see. Um, you know, are they a really good team, or did they just kind of have a easy schedule last year,
Hmm.
and that made them look better than they are? So, um, it's going to be a great season. Um, but since we're on that topic of international, is uh is college football playing any international games this year? Do they
Like
have
they
any?
are.
Um,
Let's take a look here real quick.
that's what I'm because um I don't remember seeing anything, but I didn't really see anything last year either that they were playing.
Looks like according to yes, there's 3.
Interesting.
Yep. Last college football classic, North Carolina TCU, Dublin, Ireland, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, NC State, Virginia, and Union Jack Classic in London, Arizona State versus Kansas. So nobody to really write home about.
But good for college football.
I mean, yeah. First ever college football game in South Africa, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That'd be cool. I'm glad that these sports are getting out there and playing in different places. I mean,
100%.
baseball's doing that too. You know, they're playing all kinds of different places now, and you know, obviously we got the Field of Dreams game coming up. I'm so glad they started that because that is such a cool thing that they're doing. Um, and the first ever Field of Dreams game, I think, was the Yankees and the White Sox, and that was, man, just electric. That was such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a good thing for these American sports to kind of get out there, venture out a little bit, and you know, grow too. Because I mean, you're seeing, especially for football, man. Like you had guys or fans out in England and stuff like during the Super Bowl watching, had jerseys on, you know, supporting teams and stuff like that. I think that's just I just think that's really cool what they're doing. Um, but you know, it's going to be such a fun season. I'm excited for football to come back. Um, you know, baseball is a long season and it's something we have to track throughout. There's just, you know, as the games go on, you know, you may get some top tier news here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing super crazy, nothing to really you can't cover every game in baseball like you can in football. So, but but yeah. So, how about that 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 fight over the weekend? That Ronda
Oh yeah,
Rousey.
dude. Ronda Rousey and Gina. Oh my gosh. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, trying to create some sort of super fight, but you created a super fight that lasted a whopping 17 seconds. You know, someone should have went into Ronda Rousey's team and be like, "Hey, she's 41 years old. Let's not absolutely just dog her. All right." Um, you know, with that being said, it's yeah, I don't know what that was about, but I've been seeing a lot of comments online. It's like this is a women's super fight. What are we even doing with women's sports? And I agree. I mean, they're
I agree with
not
that.
they're not the peak. They're not the peak. They're not in their peak physical form. They're past their prime. You know, Rhonda said it herself. She said, "I'm done. I want to just be a mama. I want to go make more babies," and she wants to get cooking. So I'm cooking on that. So I mean, she was done. She was done. This is her last deal. But in 17 seconds, she made $2.5 million. So yeah.
I mean, that's a good chunk of change to retire on. You know, I mean, plus all the money she's made throughout her career and even going into WWE and stuff like that. Like I,
Sorry.
you know, for it being a super fight, I didn't understand the fight to begin with. Now, I didn't watch it. And now I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it. Cuz I caught the entire fight in a small little clip.
Yeah, you caught it in a TikTok clip,
Yeah. Like
like a
so
preview clip. Yeah.
I mean, that I mean, I don't know. And these I'm not too crazy about the Netflix fights.
Man, I
And
like it. I like them only because it makes it accessible for everybody else who doesn't have the pay-per-view option. You know, it's like, okay, they're already paying for Netflix for $7, $8, $10 a month, whatever it is. That's a lot cheaper than someone shelling out $100 for a one-time fight. And I'm telling you right now, if I spend $100 to watch a 17-second fight, I better get my fucking money back.
yeah, honestly. No, I'm not dogging it in that way. I'm just saying I just the way they do it, I think they still haven't just quite figured it out, the broadcast style yet.
Yeah.
You know, just some of the stuff and like they're broadcasting like they broadcasted opening day with the Yankees and Giants. They broadcasted a couple of football games last year too, I think.
Mhm.
And like Christmas Day stuff. You know, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with it now. What Paramount has done, I think, is super great. UFC moving to Paramount Plus, fantastic,
Oh,
absolutely
100%.
fantastic.
But you have to think they also took people from the UFC and like actively, you know,
Yeah,
integrated
Yeah.
the UFC into Paramount Plus. I think this was a one-off, so they were just trying to pull what they could pull from it. But yeah, so quick math, she made 2.2 million in 17 seconds. So she made $129,412 every second. So yeah.
Right on. I mean,
So for
well,
what it's worth.
yeah, I mean, congratulations to her. Great way to end your career, I guess. Whatever. It
Yeah.
just
And
wasn't
again, it's just like there's nothing that's like that was supposed to be a fight. Like it's supposed to be two of the well-known names in women's mixed martial arts going at it, going to war. And we got, I mean,
nothing.
nothing. We got 17 seconds. I mean, she hit her with a knee. Ronda brought her down, got mount, and then Gina just extended her arm and gave her an armbar. Now, I mean that's white belt behavior,
Yeah.
And I can say that because I'm a white belt. Like I'm getting there, but I'm a white belt, and even I know if someone's got mount on you, you don't extend your arm because you're just begging. You're like, oh please take me right here. You can have it. It's here for free, and that was it. I mean, that's it.
That's
and
it.
Gina Carano made basically a little over $1 million. So again, she made $60,000 a second to lose. So I mean, put me in the cage with Ronda Rousey. She can kick my ass for 20 seconds at least. I'll take 70 grand a second to get my ass kicked. I'm game.
Dude,
I'm game. But again, it's just like, what are we doing with these fight promotions, building it up like it's going to be some massive thing, and then to just watch it all crumble 20 seconds in,
Right.
Like at least the Jake Paul fight against Anthony Joshua. Yeah, Jake Paul absolutely got his teeth kicked. I mean, just punched in literally, but at least it was like a spectacle to watch, and it was entertaining, and so on and so forth. And then you get the Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight. It was at least entertaining, and they now there's speculation they told Mike to hold up and blah 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 blah. The Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, not Logan Paul, but where he gives that signal where he sticks his tongue out. It's like, hey, go easy on me. He had to do it 2 or 3 times, and then once Mike kind of started slowing it down, he never did it again. So it's like, is that a signal? Probably. But I mean, I don't know, man. I'm so sick of watching washed up has-beens, and I'm on the has-been hangout, so I'm going to say it because I'm a has-been too. But I'm tired of watching has-beens go out here and absolutely shit the bed. I want to see peak athletes in their peak form. I want to see it. I don't care if, sorry, we got new kittens and they're scratching my feet. I'm a huge Adrian Peterson fan. But you know what I don't want to see? Adrian Peterson go one-on-one against Caleb Downs, because Adrian Peterson's 40 something. Caleb Downs is, 22. Caleb Downs will knock his freaking head in, Well, I don't want to see,
no, I share your frustration, because my thing is like, and the reason why Jake Paul gets all this flack is because of who he fights. It's yes, and it sells tickets, and it sells, that fight's going to sell regardless. All right. Oh, you're fighting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is 60 years old. Okay. You're not going to expect to see prime Mike Tyson. Okay. And if Jake Paul really had connected on Mike Tyson, he could have really hurt Mike Tyson, because
the same thing on the other way around. Mike Tyson, while he is 60, still is Mike Tyson.
Right.
If he wouldn't have let up, I mean, I don't know. Again, but it's the same thing with the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight. I'm just not impressed with it. I'm just not.
Right.
But
I wasn't either. Like when the fight got announced. When the fight got announced, I even said to myself, it was just okay. So
yeah, it's like, okay, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but the Cowboys signed their star. They signed their kicker to the largest kicker contract ever. Blah 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 blah. Brandon Aubrey. So good for him.
Okay, yeah, you just like went real quick.
I did. I did. Sorry. I just, like I said, that shit pisses me off. So I try not to talk about it too much. But yeah, it's just, it's whatever. Yeah. So I'm just trying
I
to get
mean,
back to football a little
well,
bit. I
I was
apologize.
gonna I was gonna bring up the UFC fights going on at the White House.
Oh, that's
Those
a
are coming up.
gimmick, dude. Like, it's cool. It's going to be an experience, if you want to call it that. But that is about as gimmicky as you
Well,
can
yeah.
get, you know?
No, yeah,
I mean,
no,
not
I don't disagree with you. I just, I mean, it's gonna be. I mean,
interesting.
every fight, I guess, in some way is a gimmick or some type of spectacle. But you
Yeah. But my deal about, not to get political, we've got $5 gas. We've got inflation coming up like crazy. We've got all these other issues to worry about. And instead of taking care of that shit, we've got a fucking UFC fight on the front lawn. Get over it, dude. I don't give a shit about watching that stuff. Get the Strait of Hormuz figured out. Get the
yeah,
get the geopolitics out of the way. Get all these runoffs squared away. Stop redistricting maps. Stop gerrymandering, whatever you want to call it. Stop all the shit going on. You got state Supreme Courts knocking stuff down. That's what we need
yep,
to be worried about. Oklahoma's
right.
fixing, they're trying to pass a $15 minimum wage deal. It's like, let's make stuff affordable again. You know what we need to talk about if we're going to talk about that dumb shit and in the world of politics? The fact that now that Chinese electric cars are going to be on our streets. And Mr. Wonderful himself said it. Tesla is not a phenomenally expensive and very wealthy company because it's a car brand. It's because it's a data brand. They take data. And now, if these cheap Chinese cars, now they're cool. BYD has some cool stuff, but I don't I don't want that stuff on my streets. I don't want it to connect to my phone. I just don't. But there's other stuff that is already doing it. So it's like, at this point, why not? I mean, we got a Chinese spy out there in California acting as a mayor, got indicted for it, admitted to it. It's like, there's bigger things to worry about than putting a freaking UFC fight on for 18,000 people on the lawn of the White House.
Well, yeah, and you would think after so many attempts on his life,
Yeah.
that
You're
would
just
be the
opening it
last
up.
that would be the last thing on your mind. But I, yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's bigger stuff going on
Mm-hmm.
that needs to be handled first. A
Yeah.
lot of that stuff. There's a lot of things that are going on, and regardless of what you believe and who you like, and
Mm-hmm.
we are in such a tight spot in this country, and the tension is high. The tension is building. A lot of people are upset because this isn't what people voted for. Um, and I whenever you get asked a question of um, if you consider Americans' financial situations before doing some of these things, and you say no,
Yeah.
that's a problem. That's
That's
a
a
problem.
problem.
That's a big
Yeah.
problem.
But
Um,
anyways, to get it back on sports, I don't want to turn this into politics because, like I said, we can talk about the whole China visit. We can talk about the whole China farmland stance that Trump had, and now he's reversed it. We can talk about the idiots on both sides of the aisle for hours and hours and hours. But I don't
mhm.
want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Well, this is the official rebranding.
Hmm. Yeah, rebranding. Don't get me started because, like I said, dude, I watched that California governor's debate at work, and I was like, "What in the world are we doing with our lives? That these are the best candidates that we can come up with? It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous." But again, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. No more politics. I'm just gonna get heated, and I'm gonna go off and spiral. It's gonna
Well, let's hear it. What do you got? Oh, you're muted or your microphone cut out. One of the two.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. Sorry, I guess I hit the button.
Nope, nothing.
Hello.
There you are.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. It just freaked out for a second.
Yeah, you pissed him off.
I guess so. The Chinese got me. Aaron Rodgers 1 year, $25 million contract, guaranteed base salary between 22 and 23 million, incentives to reach the rest, so on and so forth. Of course, we talked about the Steelers signing a 4-year, max. I can't say this guy's like name, but I'm going to just call him Anchor because that's what his name looks like to me. Max Anchor, the tackle, signed a $20 million contract. Good for him. Chris Boswell, Steeler for the Kickers, gets his bag. Devon Achane, probably going to be the lifeblood of the Dolphins this year, signs a 4-year extension worth up to $68 million. Almost half of that's guaranteed, 32 mil guaranteed. Good for him. Avion Terrell, I know we talked about this a little bit. He's a 4-year deal to play across from his brother, AJ Terrell. Phenomenal year for the brothers. I'm excited to see them play. Will Anderson Jr. becomes one of the richest non-quarterback deals ever. A 3-year, $150 million extension with $134 million guaranteed. Good for him. JSN, almost $170 million extension. Alec Pierce, $114 mil with a 116 M cap. Trey Hendrickson, the Ravens, we know about their picks. They signed him to a $112 million contract, 60 million guaranteed. Romeo Dobbs, 70 mil. Brees Hall, 45.8. David Njoku and the Chargers agreed to a 1-year, $8 million contract. Just stuff like that. So it's exciting to see a couple surprise retirements. We already talked about the Bears, center leaving. But a couple rookies. Jojuan Williams, he's 28. He played for the Patriots. He retired. And Le'Veon Moss, the standout from Texas A&M, retired.
Why?
Nobody. I mean, it doesn't really say why. I've looked. They think it's because he went undrafted. So maybe there's some NIL deals that he got in college that are still paying pretty well. So maybe he's going to explore that option, go to like a football influencer type role, probably make a little bit more money than the league minimum, so on and so forth, doing that. Also, he had an injury stretch there in college. I don't think he ever played a full season without getting hurt. So
Well,
there's
if he is going to explore those avenues,
good for him.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers obviously retires for a second time. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. Again, is this the best we got? But Phillip Rivers, he's gone. CJ Ham, he gone. Adam Thielen's gone. Havenstein for the Rams is gone. Yeah, Robert Woods is gone. Bradley Bozeman, center for the Chargers, he gone. Like I said, there's just some older guys that needed to leave, that really needed to leave. They're gone. They retired. Good for them. Let them enjoy their years. They earned it. They put their bodies on the line. Some of them will never fully recover. CTE is real. But that's why we invest in the best helmets for our players and try to protect them the best we can. So,
yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot to be said for player safety. I think sometimes, it goes a little overboard in some aspects because, you're playing football. That's kind of the risk that you take. So, and you sign up for it and they pay you well. So, that's just part of it. When you're going to do stuff like that, fighters get it, that's just.
Oh yeah. Don't I want to correct my stance. I 100% think that they get paid very well to do this and they should do it at the peak of their ability. But at the same time, if we can protect them, absolutely protect them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But you're not always going to be protected. You're going to break fingers. You're going to, tear your Achilles. You're gonna,
you got a 240-pound guy running a 4.2 that's gonna hit you across the center of the field. It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. You're gonna break ribs. You're gonna. Just stuff's gonna happen. But if you live life really to the fullest and you're doing something you enjoy, you're gonna get hurt. and that's just
Yeah.
part of it. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna hurt yourself. So just don't be stupid and be careful, the best you can. But that just comes with the territory. You can't protect yourself. You can't live in a cushion life. So, but but yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I had. I didn't get to do the situation of the week
Situation of the
this
week.
week. Yeah, I'll do that this coming week. Man, this week's just been really busy, really busy.
Hmm.
Lot of things going on. But we'll get back on that. Some big things coming up. Like I say, we're gonna start talking probably a little bit more football as it starts coming back around. And keep tracking baseball as it goes. Little quick question for you before we end. So we were talking about last show. We talked about early picks to win. Um, who's your two early national champion this year for college football?
I like the Sooners. I like after watching some of their spring game, I like the Sooners. I really want the Sooners to win it. I really do. Like
I do too.
every single fiber of my being wants them to win it. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. And then my other pick is probably well, I don't know. It's way too early because I know a lot of people came in. I think Indiana's going to be good. I don't think they're going to repeat. I'm going to give them a 10-2, 9-3 record. I just don't trust their quarterback from TCU. I just don't.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State's always a good pick. I think my sleeper pick to kind of come in out of nowhere. I'm gonna say probably. I think Miami's got to be back there. I think Miami's got a good, solid core team, but
Mhm.
also watch out for Baylor. Surprise from the Big 12.
Baylor.
I like Baylor coming out of nowhere. Kind of a dark horse. They had a talented
Quarterback.
quarterback. They're always a very physical team. Baylor Bears. I could see you making a play. Coming from the mid of the pack to leading your conference. I like that.
Mhm.
That's kind of my dark horse to kind of do that.
And the quarterback they picked up was
Lagway.
From Florida.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And that's kind of RG3-ish. So they
Yeah,
already have the
very.
history. They got the playbook. They've got all the stuff set up for him. They've got the
Mhm.
speed down there in Texas. Waco's a beautiful campus.
Yep.
Beautiful campus. So
Yep. I agree with that. I could see that. I think another team in the SEC to watch out for would be Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss, unfortunately, is going to be a one and done.
You think so?
I think you lose Lane Kiffin, you lose the team, and not because Lane Kiffin is just a phenomenal coach. He is a phenomenal coach. Don't hear me wrong, but I think it's more of the name that got pulled out of Ole Miss, and now you're having to all new coaching staff and having to bring in all the fresh faces and having to bring in
It's
new
not
recruits.
it's not that new though.
I mean, on the offensive side, it is, and that's where their
Yeah.
strength was. Like it's because they could put up points, and their defense was good enough to keep them in games. I don't,
Mhm.
it's just. But yeah, I honestly think Ole Miss goes back down to a B tier. You got your A tier, B tier, C tier teams in the SEC. I think they drop back down to a high B tier, maybe a low A tier. I think LSU. If it came down to it, though, whenever LSU plays Ole Miss, give me LSU. I mean, by 20.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think LSU is going to be really strong
Oh
coming
yeah,
out of the gate. I think they're going to be a really strong team. They may even play for the SEC championship this year.
Yep.
They might. They might.
I want to see what the rebound is for Bama now that they've tasted it under DeBoer. Now that they've seen the wins, seen the losses, now that they've seen the difference of competition, and I think the SEC as a whole needs to step it up because for as long as I can remember, you had Saban absolutely running college football. You have national champions after national championships coming through. Um, Now, as far as everything else is concerned, um, good teams all the way around. Vandy's going to fall back down to a C tier team. I feel like, um, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
don't really see them doing much.
yeah. I think Iowa is going to be a sneaky team to watch in the Big Ten. I think Mizzou, I think is going to be a dark horse team to put it on some people. I think Mizzou's probably going to be my dark horse pick to win the SEC if it's not going to be one of the top three, top four teams. And I'm saying, Alabama, um, Oklahoma, Texas, and probably A&M. Those are your four teams that I feel like are really going to duke it out. Then you've got LSU sliding in there as a sneaky. Hey, they're going to be pretty good. And then yeah, I think Mizzou is putting together a team up there, man. I think Mizzou is going to have a pretty good team. So
They could. And that's the thing though with the SEC is I feel like it is such a tough conference. But when it came to the bowl games, we didn't see that really.
no,
Um,
no,
unfortunately, I just don't think they even wanted to be there. But but that's neither here nor there. That's in the past. I think that it's going to be something to pay attention. The SEC, I think, is going to get back to the old SEC tier.
I hope so. I hope so.
I think it's going to be super competitive this year. I mean, whether we like to say it or not, Texas is going to be good this year. I feel like Texas is going to be good.
No, they're going to suck every year. Don't care if they win the Natty. Fuck Texas.
They're going to be tough. They're always tough. But yeah, there's going to be some turnaround, I think, this year for a few teams.
Yep.
And then some reverting back to some old ways for some others. But I don't really see A&M being just super great. They were a fraud last year. I mean, just didn't really do
Yeah.
anything. But it'll be interesting to see. Like I'm super excited for football to come back. So, but with that, like I said, we'll get the situation of the week out next week. We'll do some more fun, interactive stuff. But appreciate you, Colton. Appreciate everything that you've been doing for the show. And
Oh yeah, buddy.
it's been fun, man. I'm glad we get to keep doing this. So, but with that, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see y'all at the hangout. I guess.
There you go.